to all of you, my lovely students in the 8th grade. How are you today? It's me, your English teacher, Iman Al-Jafari at Al Farouk Academy. The title of our lesson today is Present Perfect and Present Perfect Continuous. So, in our lesson today, students should be able to recognize the uses of present perfect and present perfect continuous, recognize the form of present perfect and present perfect continuous in the affirmative, negative, and interrogative form, and the last step of our lesson today, you are going to practice the perfect tense using some time adverbials. And now let's start with the form of present perfect and present perfect continuous. Read this sentence when we say, I have cleaned the kitchen. Look at the picture. I started cleaning the kitchen in the past and the result is that the kitchen is cleaned now. Okay, so to connect past with the present, we use present perfect simple. So I have cleaned the kitchen. Here we use present perfect simple to indicates that the action started in the past and it is finished now and we have a result now. Okay, إذا المضارع التام البسيط يستخدم لربط الماضي في الحاضر. اوكي، حدث بدأ معك في الماضي وهلا انتهى والنتيجة موجودة الآن فبنستخدم معها present perfect simple. What about present perfect continuous when we say she has been cleaning the kitchen? Here we have, look at this picture. She started cleaning the kitchen in the past, okay, but the action is unfinished till now. هي بدأت في تنظيف المطبخ بالماضي لكنها لم تنتهي إلى الآن. So we use present perfect continuous. إذا يستخدم المضارع التام المستمر للحديث عن شيء بدأ في الماضي ولكنه لم ينتهي إلى الآن. أوكي، كمان مرة المضارع التام البسيط شيء حصل في الماضي وهلا انتهى والنتيجة موجودة الآن. Look, the kitchen is cleaned. But a present perfect continuous action started in the past but it is unfinished till now. بدأ في الماضي ولم ينتهي إلى الآن. It is continuous till now. Okay, so we use has or have plus been plus the ing form of the verb. So to form any present perfect tense, you start with subject. Then if the subject is singular, you are going to use has. If the subject is plural, you are going to use have plus the past participle form of the verb. Notice here we have the complement, which is the object, the kitchen. To form present perfect continuous, we use the subject she. Here we have the subject is singular, we use has plus been plus the ing form of the verb, and notice we have the object, which is the kitchen. Okay, so to form a present perfect simple, you are going to use has, have plus the past participle form of the verb. To form present perfect continuous, you are going to use has, have plus been plus ing form of the verb. So again, to form present perfect simple tense in the affirmative, negative, and interrogative form, you are going to start with subject. Then if the subject is singular, you are going to use has. If the subject is plural or I, you are going to use have plus the past participle form of the verb. For example, when we say I have tried sushi before, notice here we have the time adverbial before. Excellent, we use before with the present perfect tense. Okay, in the negative form, you are going to add not to has or have. So you are going to start with subject, has or have plus not plus the past participle form of the verb or verb 3. Okay, notice here with present perfect tense we use verb 3 or past participle form of the verb. In the interrogative form, you are going to invert the subject and the verb. What do you mean by invert? تبديل. So instead of the subject, you are going to start your sentence with has or have. Has or have plus the subject plus the past participle form of the verb. For example, to change this sentence into question, you say, have you tried sushi before? Okay, so 3 forms of present perfect simple. What about the form of present perfect continuous? To form present perfect continuous in the affirmative, negative, and interrogative form, you are going to start your sentence with the subject, then has or have, plus been plus the present participle form of the verb, or what do we call ing form of the verb. Okay, what do you mean by present participle؟ في اللغة الإنجليزية past participle معناها verb 3, present participle معناها ing form of the verb. For example, when we say they have been learning English for 2 years, they is the subject. Because the subject is plural, we use have plus been plus the ing form of the verb or present participle form of the verb, and here we have English for 2 years. Notice the duration of time. في عندك طول الفترة اللي بتعلموا فيها لغة إنجليزية which is 2 years. Okay, and notice here the action started in the past but it is unfinished till now. يعني بعدهم بتعلموا اللغة الإنجليزية، عشان هيك استخدمنا مضارع تام مستمر. In the negative form, you are going to add not to has or have. For example, they haven't been learning English for 2 years. What about the interrogative form? As I told you, you are going to invert the subject and the helping verb. رح نعمل تبديل ما بين الفاعل والفعل المساعد. حتى نعمل سؤال نبدأ سؤالنا بهاز or have. أحيانا بيكون سؤالك في WH word تبدأ فيها، بعدين بنحط ال has or have plus the subject plus been plus the past present participle form of the verb or ing form of the verb. Okay, so have they been learning English for 2 years? This is how to make a question in the present perfect continuous. Clear? The second step in our lesson today is the use of present perfect simple and present perfect continuous. As I told you before, we use present perfect, which is has or have plus the past participle form of the verb when the action started in the past but it is finished now. Okay, so we focus on the result. حدث بدأ في الماضي والآن انتهى. When we say I have cleaned the kitchen, look at the kitchen. Here we have the kitchen is cleaned now. The action started in the past but we have a result now. Okay, it is finished now and we have the result. Who can give me the result? The kitchen is now clean. Okay, إذا يستخدم المضارع التام البسيط للحديث عن أحداث عملناها في الماضي والآن انتهت وعندنا النتيجة موجودة وصارت جاهزة. Okay, شو النتيجة الآن؟ Look at the kitchen, it is clean. Okay, so المطبخ الآن نظيف. هاي هي النتيجة. We use present perfect continuous, which is subject plus has or have plus been plus the ing form of the verb or present participle form of the verb for action or an action started in the past but it is unfinished till now. Okay, إذا الحدث بدأ معانا بالماضي لكنه الآن لم ينتهي، ما زلت مستمرة فيه حتى الآن. For example, when we say I have been cleaning the kitchen, look at this picture. أنا بلشت أنظف المطبخ من قبل. Okay, لكني لم أنتهي حتى الآن. Okay, so we use present perfect continuous for action started in the past but it is unfinished till now. إذا الفرق الأساسي ما بين المضارع التام البسيط والمستمر، البسيط الحدث الآن انتهى. أوكي، بدأ في الماضي وانتهى الآن. أما المضارع التام المستمر الحدث بدأ في الماضي ولكنه ما زال مستمر حتى الآن. أوكي؟ The second use of present perfect and present perfect continuous, as I told you before, with the present perfect simple, the focus or the emphasis is on the result. So we focus on the result. For example, when we say he has repaired the car, here we have the result, which is the car is now repaired and he can drive it wherever he likes. Okay, إذا هون التركيز على النتيجة إنه السيارة الآن أصبحت صالحة للقيادة. So he has repaired the car. We focused in the result of the action. Okay, look at the second one. When we say he has been repairing the car for 2 hours. Okay, so here we have action started in the past. بلش في تصليح السيارة في الماضي for 2 hours لمدة ساعتين, and he is still repairing the car. So the action started in the past but it is unfinished till now. So here we have the focus or the emphasis is on the action or in the activity, not on the result. هون تركيزنا على الاكشن نفسه، على الحدث نفسه وليس النتيجة. ما عندنا نتيجة في الصورة الثانية، عندنا اكشن. ما هو الاكشن؟ اللي هو repairing the car. Here we have duration of time. احنا مركزين على duration of time اللي هو صار له ساعتين بصلح السيارة ولحتى الآن لم ينتهي. So when you focus on the action or the duration of time we use present perfect continuous. Again, المضارع التام البسيط يستخدم للتركيز على النتيجة. احنا بالمضارع التام البسيط بنركز على النتيجة. we focus on the result. بتهمنا النتيجة. with the present perfect continuous we focus on the action and the duration of time. تركيزنا بالمضارع التام المستمر على الحدث نفسه، ما في نتيجة، عندنا حدث نفسه وعندنا duration of time والمدة اللي بيستغرقها. So when we say he has been repairing the car for 2 hours now, okay, هلا هو بصلح السيارة من ساعتين إلى الآن and he is still repairing the car. Okay. The last step in our lesson today, I am going to give you some time adverbials or keywords that are used with present perfect simple. Okay, so let's start with already. Already is used with the present perfect tense, the position of already between the helping verb and the main verb. For example, when we say I have already done it. Okay, notice here already comes in the affirmative form. already بتيجي إذا كانت الجملة مثبتة للتو. ever is used in the interrogative form. okay, ever تستخدم مع السؤال. when we say have you ever done it. okay, yet comes with negative and interrogative form. yet بتيجي مع النفي والسؤال. for example, when we say I haven't done my homework yet or have you done it yet. okay, so yet, notice here the position of yet at the end of your sentence. For and since. okay, notice here for and since come at the end of your sentence when we say I have done it for 4 years. okay, notice here for comes with the duration of time. for بتيجي مع الدوريشن طول الفترة. okay, since I have done it since 2010. since بتيجي مع exact time. okay, بتيجي مع exact time يعني الوقت بالتحديد اللي انت بدأت فيه. okay, when we say I have done it since 2010. okay, so for and since come at the end of your sentence. how many times. how many indicates the result. لما أنا بسألك كم العدد. اوكي، اذا انا بسألك عن الريزلت، اعطيني النتيجة. so دائما مع how many شو بنستخدم؟ المضارع التام. when we say how many times have you done it، اعطيني الريزلت، اعطيني النتيجة اللي انت عملت فيها هاي الاشياء. اوكي، so how many or how much لما يكون سؤالك how many او how much بنستخدم معهم مضارع تام. how many times have you done it. just and recently are used with the present perfect. I have just done it. okay, so notice here just comes between the helping verb and the main verb. okay, what about the time adverbials of present perfect continuous? Here I have some keywords that are used with the present perfect continuous. The first one, since plus now. okay, when we say she has been working since 2 o'clock now, okay, or till now. Notice here we have the time adverbial since and now. okay, the action started in the past, okay, but it is unfinished till now. إذا اجتمعت معك يا الثامن since مع now، إذا الحدث بدأ في الماضي ولكنه مستمر إلى الآن. okay, so we use present perfect continuous. for plus now, when we say he has been playing tennis for 2 hours now. okay, so for plus now equal present perfect continuous. when we say all the day, all the week, all the year, Okay, so here with all we have a prolonged activity. لما تشوف كلمة all عندك في الجملة إذا هون في عندي أحداث مطولة. وما معنى أحداث مطولة؟ prolonged activity يعني الحدث استمر لفترة معينة، عشان هيك نستخدم present perfect continuous. So when we say I have been studying all the night. Okay, with all the night, okay, with all we use a present perfect continuous. How long. اوكي حكينا اذا كان سؤالك فيه how many او how much بنستخدم مضارع تام لانه بيسألك عن النتيجة. اما how long بتسألك عن duration of time، عن طول الفترة، ما بتسأل عن النتيجة. لما يكون عندك how long اذا انا بسألك عن الاكشن نفسه مش عن النتيجة، عشان هيك نستخدم معها present perfect continuous. اوكي so how long have you been running. ما بحكي how long have you run. how long have you been running. كم صار لك بتركض. okay so here I am asking you about the duration of time not the result. so with how long we use excellent present perfect continuous. إذا أنت للتمييز يا مس ما بين ال present perfect وال present perfect continuous بدك تعتمد على دلالات ال present perfect دلالات ال present perfect continuous. okay. And now let's start with this practice. Put the verbs into the correct tense, present perfect simple or present perfect progressive or continuous. Okay, the first sentence, I just finished my work or my homework. Here we have the time adverbial just. As I told you, just indicates excellent present perfect tense. So the correct answer will be excellent. I have just finished my homework. Okay. Number 2. I work on this essay since 2 o'clock now. Here we have the time adverbial since with now. When we have since plus now, so it is present perfect what? Continuous. Again, present perfect continuous. So you are going to say I. Excellent. I have been working on this essay since 2 o'clock now. The third one. My team already won the match, okay, or won 2 matches so far. So here we have already. With already we use present perfect simple, okay. So the correct answer is excellent. My team has already won 2 matches so far. Okay, any question? I will stop here, my dear students. I hope you did understand my lesson today. If you have any question, send me a message. Thank you again.